In this video, I'm going to show you how I make my crusty top bloomer. You might have seen tiger bread in the supermarket, and it gets an appearance better than tiger bread out of the supermarket. It is wonderful. Let me show you. Whilst my dough is mixing, I'm going to make the paste that's going to go on the top, and I'm using rice flour. And if you say, can I use ordinary flour? No, because you want a flour that doesn't contain gluten, that'll crack as it starts to expand. I've also got some yeast in there, sesame oil for flavour, a little bit of salt and some sugar. And you want a thick paste, this sort of consistency. You don't want it too thin. And then when my bread has finished mixing, I'm going to just shape that dough, put it into a grease bowl and leave it until it's doubled in size. And then when my dough is ready to work with, I'm going to turn it out onto a floured board and start to just shape it a little bit. And can you see, I turn it in on itself all the time because I'm trying to tighten this dough. So I keep working like this, and then I start to twist it. And by twisting it like this, that also tightens it, and then I can start to form it into a bloomer shape. And I do that again by folding it in on itself. I'll then transfer it to a baking sheet that's been lined with a piece of reusable baking parchment. And then this is where we apply the paste. I'm putting the paste on before we do any second proof and just rubbing it all over, smoothing it all over this bread with my hands. And so you want an even thickness all over your loaf, all the way down the sides. And then what I like to do is just a light sprinkling of flour over the top. I'm using rye flour, but ordinary white flour is absolutely fine. And then you leave it, you just leave it out, you don't cover it, you just leave it in your kitchen for an amazing 1.5 hours. After 3/4 of an hour, you'll see it starting to crack, and after an hour and a half, you want to transfer it from a cold baking sheet onto a preheated baking sheet, and it'll bake for half an hour, and you have got the most amazing looking and tasting bread.